We can have free and fair election. We determine if we want, not the acts. It is our own acting that will let them know that this election we ain't playing. But if you want to wait for them to organize this election for you, that will bring in a new, different candidate from the one they chose, well, I have an echo bridge to sell to you. Yes, great suggestion, by the way. Thank you so much, and we'd love to get your contact. The political party AAC actually is the first digital party established in 2018 in Nigeria. But they saw the future of the party, and as soon as the elections were over in 2019, the party was hijacked. And it took us 3 years in the Court of Appeal to get the party back in 2022, and then participated in the election in 2023. The party has an open portal where you can register. You don't need to know anybody in the AAC to register. You must have heard recently, even within our adversaries, that the only party they cannot hijack is AAC. The other parties, they have back-end loopholes and front-end activities. You know, in Nigeria, this is the only country where you can go to bed as APC and wake up as PDP. And now ADC, actually. And they now have a situation where you can join a party without leaving your former party. But that's what the transfer windows are about. But if AAC is completely an open party, a lot of our members are here and leaders in Lagos State. Some of them just ran in the local government elections with badly rigged, that's why they are not looking happy. But we did what we had to do, so thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, please.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel. First of all, I want to appreciate you for your contributions towards a better Nigeria. Following over the years, this is the first time I'm actually meeting you. It's really a pleasure. Two questions, please. The first one is, you have argued, based on police reform that you've been talking about, right? So you have argued that no police officers should earn below 500,000 per month to remember. Now, given our debt profile and the economic situation currently in the country, how do you think Nigeria can source out those money? That's the first question. Then the second one is, you recently have been criticizing leaders naming monumental, Nigerian properties after themselves, right, due to insecurity and all that. So, what type of legacy should Nigerian leaders aim for them to be able to give names to those monumental after themselves? So that's my two questions.
Thank you. Okay, yeah.
All right. Afternoon, everybody. My name is James. Thanks for the opportunity. Getting somebody new, either you or anybody else, and getting the old guys out will be favorable to me because it's personal, because of what's happening in my state, Benue. It's terrible, and all that. But the advices in the country that you must deal with if you want to come into power. Like we Nigerians, we elect politicians, not leaders, unfortunately. You have tribal issues, religious differences, not regional differences and mindset and all that. What's your plan for collaboration? Because that's the only way I see you coming into
Collaboration?
Yeah, collaboration.
Oh, collaboration, yes.
Okay.
Yes. You asked about 500,000 naira to the policeman. So do the maths. There are 210,000 police people in Nigeria. 500,000 naira is how many dollars a month? Huh? What? 350. I don't even think it's 350. Yeah, it's around $250. And you are talking about a guy who has been serving in the police most probably for 20 years. Because an average policeman now is paid 140,000 naira, which is less than $100 a month. I know where you are driving at, that maybe it will cause inflation. But let me tell you, what causes inflation in Nigeria has nothing to do with wages. Because I did a little bit of economics, and there are pools in inflation that some are driven by wages, some are driven by demand and supply. In Nigeria, it is driven by greed. Yes. And the reason I'm saying so is that you might say that we have 109 senators. But how is it in any human conscience that a senator takes home 30 million naira a month, but he cannot step out of his house if the policeman don't accompany him to work? And that policeman that is carrying an AK-47 is earning 57,000 naira a month. But the senator, and let me also shock you, there is a police pension scheme, or they call PENCOM. There is nobody at PENCOM, even their gate man, that is earning less than 1 million naira. The people managing police pension are earning 1 million naira a month. The policeman you are managing his pension is earning 57,000 naira. He finishes his tenure after 35 years. His entire gratuity or is less than, so let's break it down this way. The monthly salary of a senator, take home of a senator, we pay the gratuity of 15 policemen after they are done for 35 years. Let's start from there. That, because for me, it's not just the numbers and comparing and contrasting whether it will cause inflation or not. It's that there's a human being who is working, and there's no one of us here. I look at your faces that probably buy less than 50,000 naira worth of internet credit, or data as we call it. So, if you're a policeman and you can't even step out of your house without security, you have to send your children to school. It's this same policeman that we hate, that we go to, even when they snatch our phone. We still go and write police report. If you want to leave this country today, as bad as the police is, you have to get a police report. Same Nigeria police. So the conversation is about humanity. I'm not looking at the numbers, but I know Nigeria enough to know that we can afford to pay our workers 500,000 naira. I'm even ashamed to be suggesting that somebody who is working for a month should be paid 500,000 naira, when I know of our brothers and sisters who are working remotely from this country who are earning $500 in a day. They are in this country, they are working remotely. There are jobs in this country even that is nothing special, that people are getting paid 5 million naira a month. And you don't have to protect anybody. You just leave at 9, you are back at 5 and having fun. But the guy who doesn't sleep, we are arguing that 500,000 naira is too much for them. Just do the calculation. What is 500,000 naira? Yeah, you can divide that by the amount of money they just stole from the NNPC in repairing the refineries. You discover that one person can pay the police of Nigeria for 10 years at 500,000 naira. Yes. What was the second question? Huh? What? Oh, the reason I didn't ask it, it's very controversial. If I'm president of Nigeria, I'll name all the monuments after plants and animals. Those ones are more helpful to us than all these former Nigerian leaders. I get depressed when I'm driving Abuja and my Google map is saying Buhari way. It's like, Buhari should never, nothing should be named after a Buhari or a Babangida. Even Muritala Mohammed, who killed people in the southeast. If you read the story of Muritala Mohammed, he was one of the war soldiers. There was a small river between Asaba and Onitsha. He lost about 1,000 soldiers there. How do you name an airport after such a person? We could have just called it the Iroko International Airport. We know that that's a tree that helps us with carbon dioxide and oxygen. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Collaboration. Well, see, the collaboration that we need is what we're having here. Yes. Some of the collaboration that the big politicians talk about is collusion. It is how they can connive and work against you. For instance, what is supposed to be the biggest coalition in the country today is under the ADC. But in all honesty, anybody who experienced Buhari 2 years ago and had to go and queue behind El Rufai, I don't know what's wrong with you. Yeah. Or what's the guy who was there? Malami? Yes. Amechi. So, Amechi. I mean, except there's something, maybe we are genetically disposed to failure. So anything that fails is attractive to us. So the collaboration we need is here.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So let me the last question
Yeah.
on our please. We have less than 1 minute to round up.
At this point that I'm enjoying.
Yeah. So the last question.
Yeah.
So whether you like it or not, P2B
Yeah.
is loved by the people also. Just the way you are loved by the youth.
Yeah.
Have you thought of collaborating with maybe form an alliance with P2B to kick away the
I know you bring up Peter Obi's question, and you know I'm always ready for it. But even at this time, Peter Obi himself is confused about finding an alliance. So he needs this question more than he needs the solution more than you do, because in all honesty, it is the reason why I'm always confident in my criticism of Nigerian politicians, because I know that you can't help them and they can't help themselves. You know, someone that you have portrayed as someone who knows what he's doing, to now find himself going back and forth. Some days he's on the western side of politics, the other day he's on there, and the next day he's doing philanthropy. You know, I understand he has to do whatever he needs to do, but there are places you can't find me. You can't find me with armed robbers, even if they will help me win election. You can't find me with kidnappers, even if they will help me win election. You can find me with the police, and you can say some of them are armed robbers and kidnappers, but at least you know those ones are official security agencies. So the collaboration we need, he already has seen. The people who followed him for good or bad reasons the last time did for one simple reason that all of you always said, that he wants to retire the old politicians. So how did he find himself in a retirement camp again? Or the people he wanted to retire? The criminals he told you in 2023 he wanted to retire. He's now in a full embrace of those criminals. That shows to you that he was never part of you. That's where he belongs, and he's gone back there. Wish him well. Thank you very much.
Sir. Thank you, sir. One house, please. Yeah.
Are we done with the quiz?
Yeah, we are done. Sir,
Atiku.
Remix. Watch out!